This courtroom might look routine at first. Traffic tickets, quick fines, people walking in and out. But don't get comfortable, because what starts as minor violations quickly escalates into something much deeper. We're talking felony charges, missing legal paperwork, and a defendant facing serious allegations that could change everything. Watch closely, because one small procedural mistake could delay justice, and one wrong decision could cost someone their freedom. The real question is who's prepared and who's about to fall apart under pressure.
You can't do a lot. I'll make it 105, okay? Got to be careful with that. Good luck. Have a good day. Thank you.
Judge, can I interrupt? We have an iPhone out there, and they are not answering my chat, and I cannot get a name off them.
Talking to Toller, what in?
No, Toller is in their waiting room. Is he on the iPhone too?
Yeah, that's Kent.
I don't know
Okay.
what Detective Paniak's here around. Do you?
He's not in custody.
It's right there.
Do we have the lawyer ready?
I haven't had a chance to call him yet, so.
Well, these guys, what are they doing? Are they meeting with other people? If they are, great. If they're not, they should be in here. Miriam Mahmood Chowdhury, 26F245737. Your name?
Miriam Fogger.
You want an informal, ma'am?
No, I just decided that I'm just gonna take.
It's 0 points. It's not even gonna go on your record. To the charge impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible? All right, I'll accept the plea. 55, you can go down the hall and take.
Notice how quickly these early cases are being handled. This is typical in traffic court. Minor infractions like impeding traffic are often resolved within seconds, especially when defendants plead responsible. The judge keeps things moving efficiently. But there's an important legal takeaway here. Even small fines and quick pleas still create a legal record and financial obligation. Now, here's something to think about, Wood. You just accept the fine and move on? Or would you fight it if you believed you weren't at fault?
Take care of that. You're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who is it?
Chuck, he's in with trespassing. He's coming over.
Jerry Thomas Reyes. 26B150425.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I have Jerry Thomas Reyes here? Where'd he go? Oh, he didn't show up. Responsible is charged by default.
This is a critical moment. When a defendant doesn't show up, the court can issue a default judgment. That means the case is decided without their input, and they're automatically held responsible. No defense, no explanation, just an instant ruling. It's a powerful reminder of how important it is to appear in court when required. Missing a hearing might seem minor, but legally, it can cost you the entire case. So ask yourself, have you ever missed something important, thinking it wouldn't matter?
It was scheduled for 9:15.
You gotta recall this one. She's sitting right there.
Yeah, come on up here, ma'am. Doris Jean Oaks Gombos, 26B150403. All right, you're gonna plead responsible to this as to impeding, right?
Correct.
Your name?
Doris Jane Gamos.
All right, you're gonna be careful though, right?
I will.
All right, to the charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Okay, I'm gonna accept the plea 195, dismiss the original charge. You're all set.
Thank you.
Have a good day. All right, are we ready on this? Brackman, Eric Allen Brackman, 216-705-054, FY.
Yeah, we are. Mr. Chuck, we're gonna get my time.
Mr. Brackman, your name?
Eric Franklin,
Detective, your name?
Detective Corporal Josh Pontiac, Trenton Police Department.
All right, so let me just get my bearings here. This is a felony. All right, so I have.
Now the tone shifts completely. We've gone from simple traffic violations to serious felony charges intimidating a witness, aggravated stalking, and misuse of telecommunications. These aren't minor issues anymore. These are charges that can carry years of prison time. But here's where things get interesting. The judge immediately notices something wrong with the paperwork. And in the legal world, even a small procedural error can stop everything in its tracks.
Intimidating or threatening to kill or injure a witness, 15-year felony, aggravated stalking, 5-year felony, stalking, a 1-year misdemeanor, malicious use of a telecommunications device or a telecommunication service, 6 months. We haven't even done was the signing on record done?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who was it done in front of?
Judge Hessen.
I got a little issue here. Hang on. I don't think. I got to double check this. I don't believe she signed the complaint. It doesn't look like she did sign the complaint or the warrant. Wait a minute. Maybe it's back here.
It would have been last Friday, Your Honor.
This is a perfect example of how the justice system relies heavily on proper procedure. The complaint and warrant appear to be unsigned, which is a huge problem. Without proper authorization, the court cannot legally proceed. It doesn't matter how serious the charges are if the paperwork isn't valid, the process halts. This is the kind of technical detail that can make or break a case. So here's a question: should procedural mistakes like this delay justice, or are they necessary to protect people's rights?
Yeah, I can see that. That was the date on everything, but Heather, can you have somebody come down and get this file? I don't see where Judge Hessen signed the complaint or the warrant.
Okay, Judge.
So I can't really proceed until that's done. Can you have somebody come down and grab the file and take it over to Judge Hessen, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. So just have a seat and I'll be right with you, okay? Mr. Shemke, I'm sorry. This will take a minute. William Lawson Sowards. 267-24551.
No, so you come this way. You go south, not turning. There's the portal.
Your name, sir?
William Sauer.
All right, you want an informal?
Yeah.
How you doing? I remember you. What's that?
Been a long time.
It sure has.
Should I explain what took place?
No, I'm gonna have to give you a court date for the officer to come back.
I'd like both officers if they could, because I never had a chance to talk to the one that made the decision.
Well, whoever issued the citation is going to be here.
I can't hear very much.
Whoever issued the citation is going to be here.
I reported the accident, an officer came out, and then he had another officer come out.
Well, I
And I
mean,
never had a chance to talk to him. He asked me to wait in the car. He talked to the other guy and then, he left and he said the other officer decided that I should get the ticket. And,
well, that's fine, but I'm not gonna force the second officer to appear here. If you,
I'm,
okay, so we'll set an informal hearing date and you can show up then. What is it, Heather?
That'll be March 31st at 9:30.
So March 31st at 9:30. We'll give you a notice down the hall, okay?
thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Two. All right, what have I got now? Wendell Lee Maddox III. 26F245-741 A and B, and your name, sir. I also have C. All right. So what's he got you doing on these? He's gonna plead, you're gonna plead on the impeding, and they're gonna dismiss the speeding? And are you gonna plead to the no proof and expired plate?
They haven't said nothing to me about anything, Your Honor.
Come here. Uh, So he's got impeding, provided valid proof of insurance plate not renewed. He just needs to write down what he's having me do on all three of these.
Okay.
I can't understand it. Have a seat with, 1 second, okay? Jakari Jones. 26784109 I see. Your name?
Jones.
How you doing, Mr. Jones? You should have been a lawyer. You got him to dismiss this, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. You said you didn't own the car. You were test driving it and it was for defective equipment. So they're going to go ahead and dismiss. Case dismissed. You're all set.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
And just like that case, dismissed. The defendant walks away because the evidence or circumstances didn't support the charge. This highlights a key principle in law. It's not about accusations, it's about proof. If the prosecution can't establish a solid case, the court has no choice but to dismiss it. For viewers, this might feel sudden, but legally, it's exactly how the system is supposed to work. Do you think justice was served here, or does it feel like something was missed?
James Calvin Poe Jr., 26F245743. Your name?
James Calvin Bowe Jr.
How you doing, Mr. Poe?
Doing well on yourself?
Not too bad. What are we doing on yours? You're going to plead to impeding?
Yes, responsible.
To that charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible, sir.
All right, I'm going to accept the plea. I'm going to dismiss the speeding. Let me just see your, take a peek at your traffic record here. Clean record, 150 is your total. Yes, you're in the home, you're right, you're all set. Good luck. You too. Who's Kim, your name?
Deshaun Rice.
Who's Kim Marshall? She gonna let you apply the bond? Yes? You've been playing with us for quite a while here. I hope you've enjoyed yourself.
I wouldn't say to you, really.
Well, what do you do?
It got hard to pay all the tickets because I got kids.
Do you work?
Yeah.
Where do you work?
Home Depot.
How much do you make at Home Depot?
Huh?
How much do you make at Home Depot?
I made 400 every 2 weeks.
How much?
400 every 2 weeks.
$490
$400.
net? How many hours you working?
20. I work part time.
Why aren't you working more?
That's the only job I can find at the moment.
This exchange gets personal and real. The judge isn't just looking at the violation anymore, but at the defendant's life situation, low income, part-time work, and family responsibilities. Courts often consider financial circumstances when deciding fines or penalties, but there's also an expectation of accountability. The judge pushes for more effort, more work, more responsibility. It raises an important issue. How much should personal hardship influence legal consequences?
I mean, how long you been working there?
Like 4 months now.
I'm not surprised. I mean, how many kids you have?
2.
How can you support, do you have a wife?
Do I have a wife?
Yeah.
None.
But you have 2 kids and you're trying to support them and you're only working 20 hours a week. I mean, what?
That's the best I can do. It's better than 0 hours. That's the way I was looking at it.
Well, go find another job, right?
Yeah.
You graduated high school, right?
Yeah.
You're a smart guy. I can tell by talking to you.
Yes. I'm trying to go back to college right now. Actually.
Well, good, but you're gonna need money to go to college. I'd go find myself another job working 40 hours, 40 plus 20, 60, then you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's what
Good luck. We'll apply the bonds. Go down there and apply the bonds. Stop playing with courts like this. Nobody thinks it's funny. I sure don't.
Thank you.
Samuel Lee Hill. Did you talk to a lawyer yet?
He doesn't want to know.
You don't want to talk to a lawyer?
Sir.
Are you sure?
Listen,
Yes, sir.
Recalling Samuel Lee Hill, 25W727451. Your name?
Samuel Lee Hill.
You now want to waive your right to a lawyer.
I want to say one thing, sir.
You can't say anything until we cover the lawyer aspect. You
Yes,
want to, listen to me. You told me before you want a lawyer. Now you told my court officer you don't want a lawyer.
This is one of the most serious moments in the entire hearing. The defendant chooses to waive the right to a lawyer, which is a constitutional protection. The judge is extremely careful here, making sure the defendant fully understands the consequences, because once you waive that right, you're on your own. No legal guidance, no professional defense, and in a case involving multiple violations and serious allegations, that's a huge risk. Would you ever represent yourself in court?
Do you want a lawyer?
No, Your Honor.
Do you waive your right to a lawyer?
I want to plead guilty.
I didn't ask you that. Do you waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So you understand now, if you plead guilty, I just want to make sure you got one technical violation and you're charged with 3 technical violations and a non-technical violation, which is set forth in count 4.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's transporting a female for prostitution purposes. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, is that case still pending?
Can I?
I don't know. No, don't read anything. I'm trying to make sure you don't incriminate yourself. Is that case still going on?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's a probable cause conference you just had 10 days ago, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So look, I'm going to cover the first 3 counts with you then.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm going to ask you, do you understand again all your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand if you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. To count 1 that you failed to complete 1 day on the court work program, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you fail to attend 1 day on the court work program? Did you fail to do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the count 2 that you failed to attend and complete the domestic violence program with 12-week follow-up? How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you fail to attend that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Count 3 that you failed to pay your fines and costs as ordered. How do you plead to that?
Guilty.
So you failed to attend the court work program, right?
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
didn't pay your fines and costs as you were ordered to, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you didn't attend the domestic violence program, right?
I attended, but since of the case, it was revoked, Your Honor. But yes, Your Honor, guilty.
All right. Anybody force you to plead guilty?
Can I?
No.
I'm sorry. No.
I know you want to read something. I'm going to let you read whatever you want.
Yes, Your Honor.
I just want to make sure, has anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I don't think I'm going to ask you how you plead on the non-technical case, because you still got that case pending. And I don't need to hear you incriminate yourself. I mean, that's not appropriate for me to be asking you. So I'm just going to enter a not guilty plea as to the technical violation, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you call Jessica? All right, now, what would you like to tell me?
Hi, Your Honor. I am guilty of the probation violation. I am doing my best and would like to ask if you could extend the probation based on the following. I have an attorney for my Oakland County case. My attorney is Neil Brand. My case in Oakland County is being defended as a misunderstanding. I was charged with transporting.
I don't want you to talk about that case at all. I'm not asking you how you plead. I want you to not talk about that one at all. You shouldn't talk about it, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'll listen to whatever else you have to say, but don't talk about the charge in Oakland County.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
I've been working very hard to control my addiction, and that for me it is 1 day at a time. I am working a good job and have been emotionally relying on family for emotional support. And my attorney, Neil Brand, is handling the entire Oakland County case. I ask you, Your Honor, sincerely for just one more chance. It is a day-to-day struggle, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your
Just
name?
put on there.
Okay. He pled to counts 1 through 3.
I figured I included the last one due to the fact that he is scheduled for a prosecutor review next month, and I didn't want us to lose that due to that fact that he's up for prosecutor review very soon.
Why hasn't he been doing this? Do you know?
So he was attending the classes he was supposed to for a while. He's just missing the follow-ups. He was in rehab at one point. I do have proof of that. The most recent one that he missed, I do believe he was under arrest at that time or around that time, so that could have been the reason for the miss on the most recent one. He has attended a few of the classes, but he's not completed with all of the follow-ups. He's completed 3 days on the court work program. It's just the final day that he was ordered at his last violation to complete that he hasn't finished.
How many classes did he attend, the domestic violence program? How many weeks?
She didn't give me an exact on how many dates he completed, so I don't have that.
How many times did you go?
I went, I believe it was 2 or 3 times, Your Honor.
Well, you were supposed to do the program with 12-week follow-up. You're not even close.
I know, Your Honor.
What's going on?
To be
I took
honest,
this under 7694A, and you had the chance to keep this off your record, and I sentenced you back on February the 4th of 25.
the whole month of January, I was in rehab, Your Honor.
What kind of addiction?
Cocaine, Your Honor.
We have proof of that?
I have proof that he was in rehab during the month of January. Your Honor.
Where do you work?
I just got a new job at Amazon here. And I should be starting Sunday and Monday are my training days. And I've been doing my best to get as much money as possible by door dashing every single day.
He only owes 1 day on the court work program? All right.
Here we see a balance between accountability and second chances. The defendant admits to multiple violations missing programs, failing to pay fines, and not completing court-ordered requirements. Yet instead of immediate harsh punishment, the judge extends probation with strict conditions. This includes additional costs, mandatory program completion, and a clear warning this is the last chance. It's a powerful reminder that the justice system can offer opportunities for redemption, but only if they're taken seriously.
Heather, I'm going to need a new review hearing date in the end of July. I'm going to go ahead and extend your probation for a period of 6 months until August the 4th. You're going to pay additional costs of 75, additional probation supervision fees of 120. You're to serve an additional day on the court work program and pay 35 for that. You're to complete the domestic violence program with 12-week follow-up. Probation to set up terms and conditions of set up payment terms. So you can meet with Ms. O'Donnell and you guys can set up the payment terms.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You got to take advantage of it. You're lucky. You're lucky. I don't know if I should be doing this, but you're not going to like me if you don't follow up on this. Give me the review hearing date, if you would, Heather, for end of July
July 28th.
at 8:30 in the morning.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
You'll meet with her. They'll set you up on the court work, other day of the court work and set up terms. Last chance. Gabrielle Christine Popovsky.
This courtroom session took us from routine traffic cases to high stakes, legal decisions involving probation violations and serious charges. We saw how quickly minor cases are resolved, how missing court can lead to automatic rulings, and how even technical errors can delay major felony proceedings. But most importantly, we witnessed the human side of the law: struggles, second chances, and the consequences of repeated mistakes.